Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining our DevicePulse webinar organized by Beyondsoft Consulting. Today in the room we have myself, Lori Parrish, Senior Business Development Manager, and Jayesh Menon, Senior Director of Business Solutions, who will be presenting the majority of the webinar. Jayesh is also the product owner of DevicePulse, the end-to-end mobile device management product that we will be showcasing today. There will be some technical content, but overall, we really want the audience to understand the what and the why. So at the end of this webinar, we encourage you to submit any questions you may have, and we'll answer as many as time allows. A little about Beyondsoft. So Beyondsoft Consulting was founded in 2004 with its U.S. head office just outside of Seattle, Washington in Bellevue. While we have over 12,000 employees worldwide, 600 plus employees are in the U.S. with offices on the West Coast and Plano, Texas. Our parent company was founded in 1995 when Microsoft needed a partner to implement Windows 95 in the Chinese market. Microsoft in turn introduced us to Hewlett-Packard, and both of them, along with other Fortune 500 companies, remain loyal customers to this day. Beyondsoft continues to grow by expanding our global footprint and having a strong focus on acquisitions. Beyondsoft is an end-to-end service integrator, and with the rise of digital transformation, our emphasis has been data analytics, cloud, and consulting on digital transformations. In addition to today's topic, DevicePulse, we also have specific IP in DevOps with our Adopt methodology, and in the area of big data, ConvergeDB, which is a custom serverless data lake solution. So think of it as DevOps for data. And some of those innovations are driving and supporting our tagline of future-proof your business. And that's a little bit about Beyondsoft. So without further ado, I'll pass it over to Jayesh.
Thank you, Lori. Good morning, friends. Thank you for taking time to attend this webinar. In the next 40 minutes or so, we will go through an overview of DevicePulse along with a short demo of the product. So what is DevicePulse? DevicePulse is essentially a cloud-based end-to-end mobile device management and testing solution that can accelerate your mobile development lifecycle and enable manual, automated, and compatibility testing. From our existing implementations of DevicePulse, we have found that teams can reduce their development lifecycle by approximately 50% and your testing lifecycle by up to 70% by using DevicePulse. For example, for a client of ours, this has translated to a cost saving of approximately 60%. DevicePulse offers command line interface and REST API integration to integrate with third-party plugins, and we have many integrations already available out of box as part of the platform, such as Jenkins. This allows you to easily integrate DevicePulse to your CDCI cycle, resulting in faster go-to-market and compatibility to Agile and DevOps processes. We have both on-premise and public cloud flavors of DevicePulse. On the public cloud platforms, DevicePulse is powered by large device labs in US and Asia. And as you can see in the screen, we have a collection of 400 plus popular models, 2,000 plus devices across these labs. We also offer on-premise installations of DevicePulse where the selection of devices is totally up to client's discretion. Whether it is public cloud or on-premise, one of our key differentiators is that we offer real devices instead of emulators, which allows you to develop and test against native iOS or Android features more effectively. As you can imagine, we are trying to address typical challenges in mobile development and testing lifecycle with DevicePulse, and some of those challenges are listed in this slide. For example, how to automate more. As you all know, you can't scale with efficiency unless you have good automation coverage. That's a given, and so DevicePulse allows you integrations with several popular automation frameworks. How to do DevOps, CDCI, continuous testing, continuous release. because as you know, code build, test and release without the right infrastructure and process is not a good way to go. So we have integrations with popular CDCA tools such as Jenkins. How to standardize testing frameworks, or how to test across all devices and operating systems. There's a lot of device fragmentation out there in the market, so working against a device labs can give you access to all those various flavors of devices and OS. We know that at most of your work environments, you may have resolutions for each of these challenges, but DevicePulse kind of consolidates all those resolutions in a single platform, where a dedicated team is working on your customers' needs and trying to improve the effectiveness of those resolutions continuously. So you get kind of an end-to-end, one-stop solution for all your testing needs with DevicePulse. So in the context of these challenges, why DevicePulse? This slide provides some key features of DevicePulse. And as mentioned before, of course, the key differentiator for DevicePulse is our on-premise focus. We can build you comprehensive, fully functional device labs within your intranet and then power it using DevicePulse platform, while at the same time customizing it to suit your business requirements along with dedicated support to maintain it. We have a mature cloud offering as well, and there are clients that use both on-premise and cloud together. On-premise, for example, for a core group of, say, 30+ devices, and cloud for any other device models that they want to cover. As we already mentioned, with DevicePulse, you can test on real devices. Emulators, outdated devices, lack of devices, etc. are all factors that impact time to market and quality, and DevicePulse takes all of them out of the equation by testing on real devices. DevicePulse can also help automate more with integration with many automation frameworks and can help you release faster through CDCA integrations. We have built-in automations. We support open source automation framework. We have API-based structure for easy third-party framework integrations. And we also have a detailed API documentation on how to consume our APIs for external integrations. On the right-hand side of this slide, we have listed several features, differentiators of DevicePulse, such as some unique features like deep traversal testing, which is essentially an extension of UA coverage testing. We also have artificial intelligence-powered verification codes, image recognition, and dynamic keyboards. This slide provides you a view of device management at scale using DevicePulse. DevicePulse provides you a highly scalable platform as indicated in this slide. This is an illustration of how an on-premise installation of DevicePulse can be supplemented by the cloud version to provide the user access to over 1,000+ devices, as you can see in this screen. So in summary, we believe three top objectives for any teams doing mobile development testing are the ones listed in the title of this slide, which is manage, automate, and accelerate. To facilitate those objectives, and as already mentioned before, we offer test asset management, increase in manual testing efficiency, terminal device management, automation testing efficiency, team management, and script recorder, as you can see in this slide. In fact, script recorder is a feature that our clients love because it allows a manual tester to record automation scripts and leverage those automation scripts without prior knowledge of test automation or a language such as Python or Java. So at this point, let us quickly switch over to a live DevicePulse console to see the demo of DevicePulse in action. So give me a sec while I switch over to my screen share. I hope all of you can see the screen share.
And so while we're waiting for the screen to load, I would like to remind the audience that you can submit questions.
Okay. So I hope you can see the screen share now, and so let's start with the demo. Give us a minute while we bring in the screen share. Okay. This is a live console of DevicePulse that you see on the screen right now. We just confirming that all of you can see the screen. So if you can see the screen, please ping us in chat. Okay, so as you would expect, the URL for DevicePulse will take you to the login screen for the application. So in the interest of time, I have already completed the login process. And what you see here in the screen is a home console for the user after the user logs in. So this particular demo environment that you see in the screen is connected to our device lab in Plano, Texas. And since I have access privileges, I can view all the 50 devices in that lab from my browser. Keep in mind that what you see in the screen are actual devices and not emulators. Of course, you can configure the system in a way that access to certain devices are restricted for some users or user groups. DevicePulse is a comprehensive user management and group management module for admins where they can define role-based access for a device or a group of devices. So you can select a device for your mobile testing from the console. But before doing that, you can also check for appropriate operating system or specification for your need by simply hovering the browser over the device. As you can see, the system tells you some basic details about the device before you select a device for your testing. So I will start with controlling one device. So clicking on control here. And so as you can see, the console allows you to install apps or automation frameworks into the device. It has an advanced tab where it allows you to run Unix shell scripts in the device. It has a file explorer tab where you can explore the folder structure. It has a system level info tab where you can look at the system level info, or you can view the debug files from the device logs. So, so you can actually look through various features of the device from this DevicePulse. So it's not just a test automation or mobile SDLC facilitator, but you can also understand the features of your device that you're testing using DevicePulse. You can actually view 10 devices simultaneously in your browser, and you can install apps into all of them with a single click. The maximum that you can see in the browser effectively is 10. There is also a cool feature called Sync On, which allows you to replicate actions made in one device to all the other devices. So as you can imagine, this is very helpful in manual testing of an app across multiple devices, because in your screen you can see the 10 devices in one time, and you can effectively see the impact of your action across the 10 devices. Let us see a bit of automation testing right now, right? So as indicated, you can install an automation script across all the devices, controlled with a single click using DevicePulse. But in the interest of time, let us focus on automation script for a specific device. Over here, we are looking at using Yahoo Weather app as a sample app, and we are looking at automation scripts that we created for Yahoo Weather app in this particular device. There are multiple ways to get this script in this device. You can upload. This is a new script from your computer by clicking on this upload button. Or you can create a new script in various automation frameworks. In the screen, you can see APM plus Python, Calabash, UA Automator, Lettuce, APM plus Java frameworks that are already inbuilt in this particular installation of DevicePulse. And if you do not know how to write a script, we also provide help modules for that. You can click on this help module and it redirects you to a very comprehensive help page where you get directions on how to write automation scripts in DevicePulse. So another way actually to create automation scripts is by script record and playback. So this is heavily used by many of our clients to increase their automation coverage and can be used by manual testers with no prior automation experience. So I'm just trying to show you, a short demo of how to record a script here. You can click on this record script here, and then at every step, we have taken care to provide you with options like the one you see here. You can override an installation of an existing script, or you can uninstall the app and reinstall it. So I'm just clicking on confirm. So in this case, the Yahoo Weather app is not there in this device, and if an app you selected is not already installed in the device, DevicePulse installs it prior to recording, as you can see here. After setting up the environment, it opens a screen with the app on your left side and your IDE on the right side. The button on the top left here, it can be used to start or pause recording. So right now I'm playing the role of a manual tester. So when I click on a UA element in the screen or trigger an event, like I'm clicking on the allow button here, as you can see, the IDE generates corresponding automation script on the right side, as over here. Each step can also be updated in the IDEs, including setting up controls using XPath or image or defined resource IDs. This feature also allows many other inbuilt functions such as the if condition, for loop, provision to define variable, etc. For example, the IDE, you can actually create a new if condition by clicking here. It generates an if condition. Every action, like I said, creates another statement over there. There is for loop. You can define variables, etc. So the automation script that's generated can be both viewed from the IDE or can be downloaded as a Python script. Then download it to an external application if you want to work with an external application. So at this point, let me just release this device and I will pick another device because I want to show you how to update an existing script in a device. Okay, so I'm just picking up another device here, controlling that because I know that this device already has an existing automation script and it's easy for us to update that particular script. So as you can see over here, there is this button for Python script, and if you can click over here, then it gives you the the script, the Python script corresponding to the recorded automation script that we have already generated. Like I mentioned, you can download this to an external application if you want it that way, or if you have your own automation script, you can upload it in the device as well. I'm just clicking on edit button here. And it opens up a similar screen as you have seen there. It's very comprehensive because over here, you can see that when I edit it, I can disable a step that is already created, or if I select this particular step, I can enable it back. So it's a very comprehensive tool which will allow you to edit an existing script and generate your own automation script. And keep in mind that all this is done for someone who is not familiar with automation scripts, because even manual testers can create these automation scripts just by using the script recorder and playback function. Now, for a moment, if you want to run an automation script from this particular screen, you can always click on, the Start Automation Script, and it will show you how that script will run against the device that is shown on the left-hand side. This particular automation script takes about 5 minutes to run, so in the interest of time, I am skipping running the script and going directly to a test report that was created by, the same script. So over here, you can see a clock right next to the test status. So if I was actually running a report, running a script, then this particular clock would have a different color and it will tell me that a script is running. In this case, we already have a history of reports, and you can click on the report history to go to the report page. I'm selecting a report that was last generated, and this is a report view. As you can see, the reports are very comprehensive, in addition to a failure analysis that can tell you where your test failed. It also provides you the CPU, RAM, network utilization, etc., which was the impact to the device during the test. You can also drill down the report further to see all the recorded screenshots over here. So if you scroll down, you will see the screenshots taken while that test was run. This is very useful for root cause analysis, as you can imagine. Some of our clients improve their productivity by simply running long automation scripts overnight and then coming back in the next day to go through the screenshots to catch any errors. The detailed report view also gives you log files. You can have device logs, the script logs, system logs, or even logs for automation frameworks such as the APM log here. These log files can be downloaded and used as input for any other test management suites that you run which are external to DevicePulse. In fact, I already mentioned that DevicePulse has a very modular architecture and it's REST API driven. So if you want us to integrate DevicePulse with any test management suites that you are already using in your environment, that's also possible. There are many more features in the DevicePulse that we would love to share with you in a detailed follow-up session. In the interest of time, we won't be able to cover all the features in the demo here. So please reach out to us after this webinar if you want to schedule a detailed demo session. So right now I am going back to the presentation. And I'm going to a brief case study. Okay, so these numbers, this case study is from the DevicePulse implementation at a leading airline company. Before using DevicePulse, they were testing their customer-facing mobile apps across approximately 30 devices with minimal automation. But as you can see here, DevicePulse shortened their test cycle by 70% and their dev cycle by 50%. While at the same time increasing automation coverage by about 20 times. The numbers in the slide kind of speak for themselves. So we'll share this deck with you. Of course, all the viewers would be able to see this deck after the webinar. But I don't need to go through the numbers over here because you can see that for yourself. Finally, summarizing some of the key advantages of DevicePulse. So DevicePulse uses real devices and not emulators, as we have mentioned. This gives a better user experience and affordable pricing. I mean, the pricing is very competitive for DevicePulse. It provides more variations, more types of installation, We have public cloud. We have multiple variations of on-premise installations. We even have an all-in-one suitcase that is, portable and easy to carry. It's built on an API-driven architecture, which enables easy integration with third-party tools. Some of which, like integration with Jenkins, are already built in the basic DevicePulse installation. Key differentiator, which we have already gone through, is the script recording and replay function. This enables entry-level testers to convert recorded actions into Python script with just one click. So at this point, I'm looking for any questions so that I can answer this.
We do have a few questions, Jayesh. The first one from our audience is it possible for us to use a trial version of this software before making a decision?
Of course. I mean, we do offer trial periods at no cost to interested buyers. So you can reach out to us to learn more, or in our website we have this email ID, sales@us.beyondsoft.com. Again, that's sales@us.beyondsoft.com. Or you can reply back to the Bright Talk webinar invite, and we can offer you trial periods. Yes.
Great. The second question that I have here is, if we buy the on-premise version, can we start with a smaller setup, say 5 to 10 devices?
Yes, I think I already mentioned this all-in-one suitcase for DevicePulse. We offer a miniature version of DevicePulse called DevicePulse in a suitcase. This is a portable version with the hardware set up in an aluminum suitcase connected to 4 devices. Additionally, we can also install a small device lab on-premise at your location, where 10 or 20 devices can be connected to the DevicePulse software. Yeah.
Great, thank you. Another question is, in a device with dual SIM, can we use DevicePulse to remotely switch from one SIM to another?
That is an interesting question. That's actually a technical question, and now we are getting into customization requirements. We can automatically switch the SIM cards using scripts written in DevicePulse, but as most of you know, different brands or models will have different workflow settings on this feature. So this will essentially lead to multiple scripts for specific brands. There is no ECADB command to do this action across all Android devices. But we also offer a team of consultants to support any DevicePulse installation at a minimal cost, and they would be able to help you customize your installation to suit your needs. I actually had one more question in my presenter tab, which is, can you script orientation change, geolocation changes, or connectivity changes? Again, this is specific to the devices that are in the labs. Yes, we can do that. If we can write a script in a device to access a native feature of that device, DevicePulse can help you do that, provided we do some customization effort on that particular request.
Wonderful.
Any other questions?
There's no other questions from the queue.
All right. If you have further questions, please feel free to reach out to us. We'll be happy to answer your questions. And if you want to have a trial version of DevicePulse, or if you want to see a detailed demo of DevicePulse, please reach out to us, and we'll be happy to assist you with that. So thank you so much for attending. Hope this was of interest to you. Looking forward to hearing from you. Thank you.
Thank you. This concludes our session.